Assessing Yes, we're down at the Woolpack.
There will be serious debate.
And laughter.
Oh, and there's going to be gossip as well.
Trivia.
There's going to be a pub quiz.
Yeah, you can't enter that, though.
No, I'm banned from that.
Join Mike and Krista for a night down the pub.
Poor as a pub.
The Local, Friday 10:30 on Yorkshire.
Still to come tonight, Missing with Gaynor Barnes and Alan Hardwick at 7:30. Now, time for tonight's top stories in Calendar.
Hello, welcome to Calendar this Tuesday, the 3rd of August.
Yes, tonight's top story. An exclusive report on the father who's given his daughter the precious gift of life.
So now I've got part of him inside that I'll have hopefully for a very long time. Just over the moon, really.
Hunt for a gunman on the loose after a police officer is shot at point-blank range.
We meet Becky, a wow on and off the rugby pitch.
And the day a world pool champ rides into town, I challenge the kid.
Hello, welcome to Calendar. Well, giving life to someone is something that few of us will ever experience. But a loving father in our region has done just that. He's given the gift of life to his own daughter.
John Baker felt helpless when his daughter Vivian became seriously ill with kidney failure. He had to watch as she faced a gruelling schedule of dialysis and medication. Hopes of finding a donor began to fade, and as Vivian's wedding day drew nearer, she began to despair. John decided he had to help. With this exclusive report, it's Calendar's Tina Gelder.
Are you a bit nervous then?
Afterwards I'll be fine. It's just getting over it, I'm just worried.
Vivian Baker and her father John have always been close, but at St James's in Leeds they're preparing to share a life-changing experience. For Vivian has kidney failure and has to take a daily cocktail of drugs, but she's about to undergo a transplant with a difference. The donor is her father.
When you see your daughter or whoever is ruled by a machine, and you think, well, can you do anything? You automatically say, you know, that's it, which I did, you know.
I am nervous. There's sort of a mixture of feelings, you know. I want to do it and I don't. But I suppose it's just getting over it, really. Once it's done and I'm better, then it will be the best thing ever is done.
A rise in the number of patients needing kidneys, coupled with a falling number of donors, has forced consultants at Jimmy's to reassess their transplant programme. They now run a clinic exclusively for living kidney donations.
The results from live-related kidney donation are actually better than that is seen from a cadaver donor source. The cadaver donor is obviously dead. The kidneys are harvested sometimes at a long distance away from where the recipient is. One of the big advantages of live donation is that the operations occur near simultaneously and the kidney's out of the body for a very short length of time.
Here's that oxygen I was telling you about. Take some nice deep breaths.
The 4-hour operation is not without risk. It's a delicate procedure which sees John and Vivian in adjoining theatres. One of John's kidneys is out of his body for just a few minutes before Vivian receives it. And just 48 hours later, and father and daughter are up and about.
So now I've got part of him inside that I'll have hopefully for a very long time. Just over the moon, really.
And the transplants come in time for the Bakers' next big day, Vivian's wedding.
That's what I've looked forward to and all. Not having to say, well, you know, nip up and get her from dialysis machine and bring her down the aisle, you know what I mean? She's the only daughter I haven't walked down with her.
So next summer, John can walk his daughter down the aisle, knowing he's given her the most precious gift of all, that of life.
Nice story, wasn't it? And Calendar, of course, will be at Vivian's big day.
A huge police hunt is underway tonight for a gunman who shot at a policeman at point-blank range. Incredibly, the police officer escaped unhurt. The officer, who hasn't been named, rugby-tackled the gunman after a high-speed car chase through Sheffield. The man produced a handgun and fired at the officer's chest in what police believe was a deliberate attempt to kill him. Police have now recovered a magazine of live ammunition, and the gunman's car is now undergoing a fingertip forensic search tonight.
But tonight it's been revealed that only the officer's split-second reflexes saved his life. He managed to knock the gun away with his baton and miraculously the shot missed. Well, joining us now from Calendar's Sheffield studio is the man leading the hunt, Chief Inspector Phil Walker. Thanks for joining us. We must say straight away, remarkable and very brave actions by this officer involved.
Yes, I'm really pleased that he took the action he did, and he's a credit to himself and the force.
Now, when a moment like that happens, it's sometimes said, you know, that officers are trained for this, but presumably was this training coming into play? Were this the reflexes that you learn, if you like, at college?
One can never train to be facing live firearm situations, but he's trained to deal with conflict, and he took all the right action on this occasion, yeah.
Goes without saying that the man who produced this firearm is desperate. What do we know about him?
Clearly he's prepared to use firearms to evade capture by the police. Anyone that will go to those lengths is a dangerous man.
Have we any idea yet in which direction he's gone or where he is? Do we have any idea who he is?
No, we've no idea of his identity at the moment, but we're working on that. And all we can say that he's gone to ground in the area, and he may well be local.
Do we have a general description to work on?
Yes, he's late teens, early 20s, black male, short hair, wearing a white top.
The officer involved, it's, you know, whether you're trained for it or not, it's still a traumatic thing to happen to you. How is he?
I've spoke to him today and he's very shook up by the ordeal, but he's getting over it and will be taking care of his welfare.
You're the man in charge of the hunt. Are you confident that the chase for the gunman will not take too long?
Yes, the earlier the better for me as far as I'm concerned. For ourselves and the community, but yes, I think we'll resolve it quickly.
We'll leave it there. Thank you, Chief Inspector Phil Walker.
Yes, let's hope so. Well, still to come on Calendar tonight, the story of Lily and Harry's miraculous escape. But first, the Calendar News Roundup with Leslie.
Thanks, Krista. We start with news just coming in. A fleet of 10 ambulances is ferrying children to hospital after they were overcome by fumes at one of Sheffield's biggest swimming pools. At least 40 children are affected. Teams of paramedics are assessing them at the scene. The incidents happened within the past hour at the Hillsborough swimming pool, which only reopened 10 days ago after a major refit. Reports from the scene say that dozens of children are suffering from coughing and vomiting and problems with their eyes and skin, and we will of course bring you more on that story as we get it. An inquest's heard that a 2-year-old boy was crushed to death in front of his father and 2 brothers at a lakeside beauty spot. The accident happened at the Blue Lagoon picnic area near Pontefract at the weekend. Tom Ratcliffe was run over by a car as his family prepared to go home. The coroner described the death as horrific. The inquest was adjourned until after the toddler's funeral. A former lay preacher has been jailed for 6 months after he admitted possessing indecent pictures of children and distributing them on the internet. 65-year-old Terry Dewhurst, who's from Mytholmroyd near Halifax, will have to register with the police as a sex offender for the next 7 years. Bradford Crown Court was told Dewhurst was caught when the Obscene Publications Squad did a routine trawl of the internet. A prison in our region has been earmarked for use as an immigration detention centre. The Prison and Immigration Services are planning to hold illegal immigrants in the open part of Lindholm Prison near Doncaster. Up to 112 people could be kept there in rooms shared by 2 people. The announcement ends uncertainty about 2 neighbouring young offender institutions, Hatfield, which is also near Doncaster, and Wetherby, which were also being considered for use as immigration detention centres. A woman accused of stabbing to death a North Nottinghamshire man has appeared in court today. 32-year-old Deborah Anderson was remanded in custody until August the 10th. She's alleged to have murdered 45-year-old Charles Dennis at his home in Church Warsop near Mansfield last Monday. A British team has flown out today to try and solve a mystery that has spanned a quarter of a century. The Hull trawler, the Gaul, sank with the loss of 36 lives. Now 4 unidentified bodies found on the Russian coast are to be exhumed. Today, a team of British experts, including pathologists and forensic investigators from laboratories in Wetherby, have set off for the area near Murmansk. Samples are to be taken from the remains and compared with DNA taken from the relatives of the men to try and unravel the mystery behind the trawler's sinking. Angry parents have protested against sex offenders and other criminals being housed close to their homes. Almost 100 people attended a meeting in Wakefield because of concerns over the safety of their children, despite assurances from probation officers. They've already handed in a petition with more than 1,000 signatures. Local people are outraged at plans to build a new bail hostel on the site of a former MD Foods depot in Flanshaw and are worried that occupants will include thieves, heroin addicts and sex offenders. A tourist attraction in South Yorkshire looks set to be transformed after running up debts of over £60,000 a year. The 17th century watermill at Worsborough worked until the mid-1960s. In recent years, it's hosted visits from school groups, but Barnsley councillors are now looking at ways of bringing in more visitors, such as selling the flour and bread it produces and building a tea room. And that's just about it from me. Don't forget, we will bring you more on that breaking story at the swimming pool at Hillsborough in Sheffield on tonight's late bulletin, and that's coming up at the regular time of 11:20, so join me then if you can. But that's it from me. Now it's time for me to hand you back to Krista.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, an elderly couple have had a miraculous escape today after a car careered out of control and smashed through the wall of their living room.
Lily and Harry Lamb were sat peacefully reading when the car careered through the wall of their bungalow and actually ended up in the living room, missing them by inches. From Hull Calendar's Lindsay Eastwood has more on this story.
Harry Lamb was reading the paper and Lily was asking him what he wanted for dinner when a car crashed through the wall into their lounge. It missed their armchairs by inches.
And then I jumped up real quick. I said to him, "Oh, blooming hell," I said, "look, he's not stopping." Well, with that, it was full force, it come right through. Honestly.
Just sat there reading nice and peacefully. And all of a sudden she shouted out, "Oh, it's not going to stop." Well, I didn't know what she meant. You don't expect a car to come through your front window, do you?
It's thought the driver, who's in his 70s, collapsed at the wheel just before the impact, but he also escaped without injury.
It's not an everyday occurrence. They were sat in their home, in their lounge area. A vehicle's come across the grass, into the side of the house. All the interior walls fallen inside. It could have been quite serious injuries resulting from it.
Harry and Lily will have to move out while their front wall is demolished and rebuilt, but they're just thankful they're still in one piece.
Great quote, though, isn't it? He's not stopping.
And it didn't. Oh dear, that must have been awful.
Not so much the silence of the lambs, really, was it?
As the car coming through the window.
Yeah, the big row of the lambs.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Anyway, still to come on tonight's calendar, we're going to meet glamorous Becky this year and find out how she's taking the world of women's rugby league by storm.
And Jewel in West Yorkshire, Mike meets a world champion head on.
Coming up on the ITV Evening News at 6:30, house prices are soaring as fast as they did during the 1980s property boom. But will it end in bust? A single mother wins a landmark victory against her employers after she was sacked for refusing to work too many hours. And plans for a new fuel to replace leaded petrol are unveiled. We'll have the details. All that and more at 6:30.
One reason people in the Mediterranean enjoy life, whatever their age, is their diet of fresh fish, vegetables and olive oil. Olivio, join Club 18 to 130.
If your poor credit history prevents you getting a better car, then this commercial's for you. Here at Direct Auto Finance, they judge you on who you are today. So, if you've been turned down for credit in the past because of mortgage arrears, CCJs, or because you have no credit record, call this number now. Because Direct Auto Finance want to say yes, you can have credit to buy a quality used car. Direct Auto Finance have branches nationwide with literally hundreds of cars to choose from. So call now. There are no complicated forms to fill in, no arrangement fees, and most important, the loan is secured on your car, not your home. So phone now. We're waiting for your call.
As a denture wearer, do you see fresh ripe tomatoes or annoying pips, delicious warm crusty bread, or a really tough challenge? Does your palate say yes, but your plate say no? Now you can eat what you like with Polygrip Ultra. It offers unbeatable hold all day long and keeps out those irritating bits of food. So now when your palate says yes, your plate can say yes, yes, yes. Polygrip, now available in flavour-free.
Welcome back. Now, over the next few weeks, we're going to be bringing you a whole series of special reports on women in our region who've achieved quite amazing success in sport, often in the face of very difficult obstacles.
Let's start tonight with Becky Stevens. Now, Becky plays rugby league for Wakefield and was selected to represent Great Britain in the recent tour of New Zealand. Now, when she's not tackling hard on the field, and she's a toughie, she's actually studying hard to become a barrister. Calendar's Katie Lampert has this special report.
Straight run and explode, explode, explode.
For Becky Stevens, there's no let-up. She's determined to be the best she possibly can be, and to help her achieve that goal is Simon Worsnop, the Sheffield Eagles conditioner and one of the best in rugby league. There's no way he's about to give her an easy time.
Come on, another one, another one. Don't be resting it, come on.
It's a tremendous amount of hard work, but I love it. I'm a strong believer that you only get out what you put in, and that's a philosophy that I hold with anything in my life. But I think that the hard work certainly pays off, and it is very rewarding.
Becky signed for the Wakefield Panthers last year, this country's most successful women's rugby league team. The fans are dedicated, if small in number, and Becky's dad Glenn never misses a game. Whatever the weather, he's there, watching his daughter get stuck in.
I love the physical contact mainly. I love dumping people, and tackling is probably my strongest point of my game. And I just enjoy the whole game. I love training. It's a good stress relief, and I just love the people as well. It's fantastic.
To look at Becky, you think she'd be the last person that played rugby, but obviously she's. I'm glad that she plays for Wakefield. I wouldn't like to play on the opposite side and have her tackling me, because I think she's probably one of the strongest tacklers in the women's game.
Becky's glamour may set her apart from the average rugby player, but her dedication is difficult to match. She's even taken up boxing to improve her condition for the game. Between training sessions, Becky studies law and hopes to soon qualify as a barrister. She puts her full heart into every aspect of her life. Quitting is simply not part of the equation, and she refuses to be put off rugby by the fear of getting injured.
It's all part and parcel of the game, and up to yet, touch wood, I haven't had any serious injuries, and so I've done quite well there. I never feel really, oh, I want to give up, because I don't. I want to get better. I always want to achieve more, to be my best, the best I can be.
Yes, and Kate will be back next week with another amazing woman, a former gladiator contestant who now dives for Great Britain. Incredible, isn't it? Actually, you've been showing your sporting prowess this afternoon, haven't you?
I tell you, it's a spectacle. It really is.
I didn't know you were a pool man.
I didn't know that at all myself until, well, you have a look. Have a look a bit later on. It is amazing.
Were you brilliant?
I can't...
You
there
can't
aren't
divulge.
adjectives in the dictionary to
You can't
describe
divulge.
what I was
all right,
like.
well, we'll wait and see.
Now then, let me just tell you, the region's coastline, as you well know, is famed for many, many different things today, be it the beautiful scenery, the surfing, maybe even the fish and chips. But one group of people who hail from all over the world are currently walking our beaches hunting for signs of the region's long-lost past.
Yes, we didn't believe this when we heard us, but apparently it's absolutely true that geologists have discovered that the coast between Whitby and Scarborough houses some of the world's best examples of dinosaur tracks.
No.
True. We sent Calendar's David Harrison on a dinosaur hunt.
So it seems the rugged North Yorkshire coastline wasn't always admired by the likes of us. Around 180 million years ago, this stretch of coastline just north of Scarborough was a riverbank, and the evidence is clear that dinosaurs lived here and in large numbers. And that's why scientific studies are carried out here. The bones and skeletons of dinosaurs can obviously reveal a great deal, but their tracks can reveal actual behavioural traits, the age, sex, speed and size of those who lived here all those hundreds of millions of years ago. And under the supervision of 2 Yorkshire dinosaur experts, it wasn't long before this team of enthusiasts from around the world made some interesting discoveries.
What we have here are 3 shallow, oval depressions. Now, in themselves, that doesn't seem too exciting, but when you think about the arrangement of them, that there are 3 of them, they're clearly associated, they're all pointing in the same direction, that makes us think that what we have here are the imprints of 3 digits of what we call a tridactyl dinosaur that was moving in that direction.
This is a track of about 10 prints and more than 10 metres in length, and that's a long track for the Yorkshire coast. They're very pleased to see this sort of thing. They've seen a lot of prints in the last few days, but most of them have been isolated prints, and we haven't really been able to see a good length of trackway previously.
So the track of an iguanodon, and here the footprint of an elephant-like sauropod, and that's just today. Who knows what tracks will be found by our future generations.
Oh, that's a mystery. Don't worry, though, because apparently, according to David, they haven't been seen for, at least 2 weeks.
But our boxing news, and Scarborough's Paul Ingle is to get a second crack at a world title. You may remember Ingle was beaten when he challenged for Prince Nazim Ahmed's WBO featherweight crown back in April. Now he's to take on the IBF champion Manuel Medina of Mexico. As Jason McCartney reports, the fight will take place on November the 13th, either in Scarborough or in Hull.
Fears that Ingle's box office appeal might falter after losing to Naz have been unfounded, as the Scarborough fighter prepares to entertain his home fans.
I prefer, it to be in Scarborough really, because they're following me from day one, and I think they deserve it in Scarborough. And I think they'll be, when they find out it can be in Yorkshire or in Scarborough, I think they're going to be really, really buzzing about it.
Prince Nazim was never far away from the thoughts of Ingle or his promoter, particularly as Maloney alleged that Naz's brother and manager Riath had tried to lure Ingle away from him.
Nazim now can sit down and look on the outside. The way his career's going at the moment, I think he should look at the people who's advising him.
Who say we can't unify, and get it together. That's up to Naz's lot. I mean, someone's won that title, then how can happen?
And Ingle learnt this afternoon that Naz will be aiming to unify his WBO title against the WBC champion Cesar Sote in the United States on the 22nd of October.
News of Paul Ingle's next fight. Now, it's happening day in, day out. Literally thousands of people go missing from our region every year. Tonight at 7:30, the programme Missing appeals for your help to solve 8 of the most urgent and recent cases of those who've simply disappeared. Here's Gaynor with more details.
Yes, tonight I'll be speaking with the Northallerton mum whose son vanished without trace. And the family of Patricia Jones. Patricia left her home in May and has not been seen since. Plus, the hunt for Hull-based Eddie Alt continues. We appeal for his safe return. And the Scunthorpe man who lost his job at the steelworks and kept it from his family for 18 months. Then he disappeared. We speak with his brother.
And when we checked his bank accounts, these had been run down consistently over 18 months. He'd kept living a lie, really, that he'd been working at the steelworks, telling us what shifts he was on, etc. When in fact, of course, we knew now that he hadn't in fact been working.
Maybe, just maybe, you can help. That's Missing at 7:30 tonight on YTV.
It's always sad when a local institution closes down, but when Peter Walbank finally shuts the door of his shop, it'll be just more than the end of an era. That's because Peter's little haberdashery shop boasts a rather interesting sideline, you could say. For the past 20-odd years, he's been a major support to the ladies. To the ladies of Grassington in North Yorkshire. I mean support.
So it's prop, you mean, that sort of thing?
Support. Calendar's Anne Charlton called in for one last brief but rather elastic word.
From the outside, Peter Walbank's shop in Grassington Square looks like any other in this bustling little market town. Even inside, appearances can be deceptive. Take a closer look though, and here you have Peter's sideline. Apparently, Peter's big in the world of knicker elastic.
You see, some people like buying pots. These pots, they can't help but buy pots or towels, but there are people who like buying knicker elastic, and we have a client who like doing so. You'd rather think they were big, wouldn't you? But they're not. They're different sizes and different ages. But yet, in a matter of fact, talking about this quite seriously, we have some very young people who buy knicker elastic. We also have some very old people. But also we have children who buy it for catapults.
So when your knicker elastic goes, why not just buy a new pair?
Oh, no. Yorkshire people don't do things like that. We never throw things away.
As one of the biggest sellers of the stuff, Peter's been a huge support to the ladies of Grassington.
I think it's just an excuse to get the women into his shop, personally. One of the people who supplied knicker elastic did say that, he did buy an awful lot.
Well, it's certainly been a labour of love. Peter just hopes he won't be letting the ladies down.
Knickers! You can't say that on
What is going on
There
on
we are,
this
that was Peter Walbank, an expert in, knicker elastic.
He looked like
really.
Clive Dunn, didn't he?
He was fantastic. What a character. No wonder they're going and see him.
Doing his aerobics there like that.
Yeah. I think we ought to move on quickly, do you?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, we like world champions here on Calendar, and it's time now to meet the latest from our region. Craig Dixon from Upton near Pontefract in West Yorkshire has just been crowned the Junior Pool World Champion. Craig is 15 and he started playing when he was just 2 years old. How on earth did he reach the pool table?
When actually starting a little snooker table, very just down there.
You didn't lift him up?
Anyway,
Right.
I heard about the kid and decided it was time for a challenge. Question was he feeling lucky?
You're talking funny.
Where's the kid? Blackcurrant soda. So you're the kid?
Yep, I'm the kid.
When did you take up the sport, boy?
When I was 2.5 years old.
But it wasn't this sport?
No, it was snooker.
What happened to snooker?
My mum and dad took over the club and pool had to be the game.
What makes you good at pool?
Win all the time.
Do you like winning, boy?
Yep.
What you want to be later in life?
World professional pool champion.
Are we gonna talk around all day standing at this bar? Are we gonna play?
We're gonna play.
It's only messing about. I mean, just messing
I mean, how did you do there?
Well, I lost.
Badly?
Very, very badly.
Did you actually play a shot?
Well, not really. But there is a part 2 to this.
Is there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
The kid had to fall.
Oh, no. Please, no.
you see that smoking tip there? Did you see that?
That was absolutely incredible.
None of it was true, of course. Craig
Really?
Dixon, no, Craig, it took me half an hour to record that second piece.
Did
I
it?
couldn't believe how many
No
times I
wonder
missed
you
that.
look exhausted.
I know, it was very
Do us a bit
tiring.
of that accent again.
No, I won't do that again. Once, you know, once lucky, twice forget it. Yeah. Good
He's
night.
looking at you. Bye.
YTV Weather is sponsored by Yorkshire Electricity.
Hello again, good evening. Conditions really weren't too bad across our region today. Temperatures into the high 70s Fahrenheit, even into the low 80s up the Vale of York, and conditions tomorrow don't look too bad either. Which, when you consider that low pressure is on the weather chart, it's not too bad. Frontal system down to the southwest today. That's going to move through our region tonight. It will be a weak one though. And tomorrow we're in between two fronts, so conditions shouldn't be too bad, as I say. The satellite sequence for today shows a lot of cloud down to the southwest. That was throwing up some hazy sunshine across our region, but tomorrow we should be in this clear slot there, and that should give us some reasonable spells of sunshine. But for this evening, well, it's fine over eastern parts of North Yorkshire and down eastern counties there with some hazy sunshine. Always a small chance of a shower, more especially in Pennine areas, and perhaps a thundery shower up the Trent Valley there. But a good deal of fine weather around. And indeed, tonight it'll be fine for most of us. Any light showers should move away northwards, but it will become fairly misty towards the end of the night. Maybe some patchy fog developing as well. And another sultry night to come. Temperatures no lower than 14 Celsius, 57 Fahrenheit. Now the sun rises in the morning at 5:23 and sets just after 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Tomorrow it'll dawn a bit misty, some low cloud around, but that'll soon go. Some nice spells of sunshine to come during the day tomorrow, and a small chance of one or two scattered showers developing tomorrow afternoon, but most of us will escape with a fine day. And another reasonably warm one as well, top temperatures up to around 26 degrees Celsius. Some early rain on Thursday then will clear away, then generally fine on Friday. As you can see, staying warm. Here's tomorrow's summary.
Has Shell gone too far?
You're going to have to be smart to get out of this one.
You want to be scared of me, Atkins? I don't do scared. Bad Girls, tonight at 9 ITV.
After 30 years of violence came peace, then came devastation.
They knew damn rightly what they were going to be doing, putting a £500 bomb in the middle of a crowded street.
How anybody could do that to innocent people, I have no idea.
But despite the cruel tragedy, their spirit remained unbroken.
It achieved nothing.
You can't just lie down, you know, and let it beat you.
A moving portrait of a community rebuilding their lives. Omagh, 1 year on, Sunday at 10:45 on ITV.
We're not supposed to get involved, so...
Too close for professional judgment.
You can't just not have feelings.
David Jason in A Touch of Frost, Sunday, 8:30.
What's this bag down there? It's not mine. Oi, Chris, open it! You don't know what's in there, man. Pants with maggots in. Could be. Go on in, lads. Don't do it! Use the gloves!
New Bold 2-in-1 liquid with its quality fabric conditioner is richer than ever, so the freshness is better than ever. New Bold liquid, richer with freshness.
You're a smoker. Don't you find your teeth get stained?
No.
Not even after tea or coffee?
No.
So you use a harsh abrasive stain remover?
No.
Clinamin has Polynam to gently remove stains without harsh abrasive action.
So it's not like most toothpastes?
No.
Clinamin gives you the confidence to look your best every day of the week.
No stains, no problem.
Dare to expand your mind? Get Gnomed, the new National Museum of Photography, Film and Television, Bradford.
Hey baby, when I look you in the eye, I know I got my mind set on you.
On ITV2 now, Where the Heart Is. Here on ITV, a glamorous detective sergeant turns heads at Sun Hill in The Bill.
The experts.
Looking for number 4.
British Gas?
Yeah.
Come to look at your boiler?
Yeah, he's packed up.
Without the heat, I'm in trouble.
One of the terminals was loose on the top. Pilot light's first time now. I won't brag, but I've got a meter in the old flue out there.
Out there?
Yeah, check that's okay. Checks how well it's burning. 004, which is quite a good reading. Get my coat.
That's a lovely job done.
Whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever you say, you pay your money, you take your choice. Whatever you need, whatever you use, whatever you win, whatever you lose, whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever you say, you pay your money, you take your choice.
Pick up the new Brighter Argos catalogue now. Argos, brighter shopping.
If you own a dishwasher, you shouldn't have to pre-soak. Finish.
Just look at this. I paid nearly £100 in overdraft fees this year. £100? Well, I'm going to find a bank that doesn't charge any fees when I agree an overdraft. Travellers checks. They charge me commission. They don't even have 24-hour telephone banking. On Monday morning, when they're actually open, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them I'm moving to a bank that has hours to suit me.
Time, please!
Well, I'm not putting up with it.
Haven't you told him about Yorkshire Bank yet?
If you're not satisfied with your bank, switch to Yorkshire Bank for a current account that offers you more. Or are you just going to talk about it?
I'm going to march right in there.
Get down to JJB's summer sale.
In Places new Holiday World Superstore, you'll find
Amazing destinations!
and amazing deals. They've almost every brochure under the sun, and the store's open late and on Sundays. You'll find areas to relax,
A play area for the kids!
and you can pop into Costa Coffee.
So for holidays that don't cost a packet, visit Going Places new Holiday World Superstore. Monks Cross Shopping Park, York. It's just like being on holiday.
A poem about Vimto by Purple Ronnie. Pour it all over your body and spread yourself out on the bed. Then lie back and slowly start drifting to somewhere fantastic instead.
Ronnie!
Put a Vimto smile on your face.
The player without a right equipment is like a fish without wings.
My brother Armando had supplied the training kit for many years. So when the time came to find a new sponsor, it was difficult. The players were very upset. But with Valeri, football comes before family. And besides, there is always cousin Antonius.
Imagine if we Caribbeans took life as seriously as the rest of the world.
Anyone could be a fisherman. It's only a question of wanting it bad enough.
We are going to catch some fish! We are going to get some fish! Faster, man! Faster! Bill, man! Yes,
Do you want this fish?
Yes! Now hit!
I can't hear you!
I said I want that fish! Come on!
If we took life as seriously as this, then we'd never have invented Malibu, made with pure Bajan rum. It's seriously easygoing.
You would never make a fisherman.
Yes, I will!
You would never make a fisherman.
Yes, I will!
If you like a well-stocked freezer, there's great news in Farm Foods. Exclusive offers like 2 Bird's Eye Chicken Lattice, 99 pence. Young's Large Haddock Fillets, 4 for $1.99. 8 Farm Food Strawberry Splits, 69 pence. Just some of the exclusive offers in Farm Foods.
At only £10,495 on the road, the Toyota Corolla SE comes with a 16-valve fuel-injected engine, power steering, a 3-year manufacturer's warranty, 2 years free servicing, and air conditioning. The Toyota Corolla SE, £10,495 at Yorkshire and Lincolnshire Toyota dealers. The car in front is a Toyota.
Who are you?
Created by Jimmy McGovern.
My name's Fitz.
Brought to life by Robbie Coltrane.
You need a profile.
If we need a profile, we will get one. Psychologist a tenner penny.
You don't want anyone to help you because only ordinary people need help. And you think you're special.
Cracker. The entire second series.
Double or quits, I'll get a confession.
Starting Monday at 10, ITV2.
ITV2, a free new channel available on digital, terrestrial and cable TV. Call now.
Disturbing, deep-rooted recollections stoke a troubled mind. His childhood robbed.
You killed me!
His spirit crushed.
What happened? We don't know what happened.
A chilling reenactment sees old ghosts re-emerge.
Don't even know that anybody took Richard.
Will innocence be betrayed a second time? The Fallen Curtain. A new Ruth Rendell mystery. Friday at 9 on ITV.
Hi, Billy. Mummy! I can't talk long because I'm on the mobile. Hi, Billy. Mummy!
I think it's time for your bedtime story, don't you?
One rate from BT Cellnet is the only flat rate tariff in Europe. The cost of your calls doesn't change from country to country, so you always know what you're paying. You never know. It might change your life. One rate from BT Cellnet. Good call.
Stuart Buckley, just because you're sitting here watching this doesn't mean you can't get hold of your On Digital set-top box, which is absolutely free while you subscribe, because now you just have to give On Digital a call on 0808 100 0101 and they'll deliver your free box to you. Free box, free delivery. What more could you desire? Second thoughts, Buckley. Don't answer that.
Thousands more On Digital set-top boxes are now in stock. To get yours, call 0808 100 0101 now.
Oh.
Too bad.
Dad, really? Why is Danny always late?
I've got to go.
Oh, let's get a drink. There's lemonade, orange drink, and some cola.
Sunny Delight!
Yeah.
Sunny Delight, the taste of tangerine, orange and lime, packed full of vitamins.
Oi, oi, here comes Loverboy. All right. Oh, where's all the Sunny D gone?
Is this what you're looking for?
Oh, great. Thanks, Mum.
You're welcome, Loverboy.
Oh, cool.
Nice one.
Sunny Delight, the great stuff kids go for.
Lynx effect.
Greg!
Oh
The violence suffered by Sally Webster in Coronation Street was fictional.
You're nagging all the time, you young kids!
But for many women, this is a reality.
Get off!
What can be done about domestic violence? I'll be reporting on Tonight with Trevor MacDonald, Thursday, 10 o'clock.
There's comedy in Babes in the Wood at 10, but now Monica's appeal is approaching in the present series of the drama series Bad Girls.
I come off the gear. This is difficult for me.
Yorkshire and Lincolnshire Ford dealers present the Great Ford Summer Drive. Featuring the Fiesta Finesse at £7,995 with 1 year's free insurance. Plus power steering and driver's airbag. Now on at your nearest Yorkshire and Lincolnshire Ford dealer.
Come on, Danny. When Danny gets to the beach, she'd take all her clothes off, go straight to the sea, and wouldn't want to come out. The feeling of air to skin is very natural, very healthy. In the old nappies, she'd be clammy, sticky. With the cotton, like, her bottom's getting air to it. It's so soft. It's like cotton. It's like you can breathe straight through it. Pampers keeps her dry and skin feeling soft and smooth, like velvet. She pretends she's a bird. She runs around like a complete lunatic. She's amazing.
Pampers, fresh as air, dry as ever.